start of the talk too, you made reference to in conversations with us, we went pretty deep pretty quick, and there were certain points that naturally kind of bubbled to the surface when you listened, and in there were some bits that, and I know they were the bit, Laura, they were the bits she used on me that made me cry too. It was the bits that bubbled to the surface, and it's I couldn't even sit here and tell you what Karen said to me that made me feel that way, but she absolutely did. And that's why I was finding it hard to answer your question too, Brigitte. Like, I get what some of my higher level points were. I'm still struggling to put my finger on what it was that Karen honed in on at the time that made me feel the way I did. And about the only thing I can tell you is in the near on weeks since then, it has made me shift quite substantially in the way I'm looking at a number of different things. And more than anything else, it had me call me out on stuff I haven't been addressing. But it's almost like amnesia. I couldn't tell you exactly what those points are standing here today.
Well, I will say that if you would like a refresher conversation, I'm more than happy to talk you guys through on a different call. I can certainly remind you, Pat. I think I remember what was the little point that turned you around to look at yourself closer. But we can do that at another time. Laura, is there anything front of mind for you?
Well, a lot, but nothing that stands out right now. I would like to share something that I just remembered now. One piece of information that I found really, really interesting related to making decisions and problem solving that I did not know. It's a fact that I read in the report and I found really interesting. It was that we can only process 7 pieces of information or 7 options to select from. And I know that's an issue. Actually, it's a hint that helped me since our last meeting solve a few of my issues in my personal and work life. It made my job a bit easier. So I found a lot of tools. I don't think we touched base on tools. A lot of tools around how to address certain issues that I found really useful in that report that we received.
Brilliant, fantastic, thank you. In closing, my loves, is there anything you'd like to say about your experience that we haven't yet touched on? Nope, perfect, love it. I don't mind silence at all. I am so incredibly grateful to each and every one of you for, first and foremost, putting your hand up to be willing to not only do your assessment. It came out quite by accident, in LinkedIn conversations, saying yes to experiencing that, but saying yes to this conversation, saying yes to talking about and being quite public and vulnerable about your experiences and what you've learned. And I think that from this conversation, you were going to help an enormous amount of people understand emotional intelligence on a deeper level. And that, more than anything, is what I hope for, because it is such a empowering science. And I love being able to talk about it. So I'm grateful to you. And I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. It's been amazing.
Thank you, Karen. And thank you, Laura and Brigitte, too, for sharing your experience.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be able to share this experience with all of you. And I think it's something that more people should try to experience, because it will opened their eyes to a lot of things, as you would have seen from us.
Perfect. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and we'll talk very, very soon.